There is a non-zero chance the Cybertruck may not be out this month, and we're going to discuss all those possibilities. Joined with me, as sometimes, is Randy Kirk. We're going to have some fun. We're going to discuss this. We're going to get to the bottom of it. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla Weekend.
You're welcome.
I am welcome to my own Tesla Weekend. That's great. My own all week, every week Tesla Weekend, my everyday Tesla Day weekend. I did want to say a big thanks to newest patrons, Mitchell, Benjamin, IBM Cobol fan, and Roger. Thank you guys for your decision to support the channel. It's how I'm able to keep doing this stuff on account of YouTube being the devil. And it's true. It's true. They know what they're about. It's fine. It's a whole thing. Randy, what have you heard about Cybertruck? Anything exciting I should know?
Well, about the only thing I think that I've heard we've got all of this stuff coming in. I mean, it's like a fire hose, between the trip down to Baja, the sightings everywhere, the different wraps, the fact that they're going to wrap Model 3s and Model Ys. I mean, I think all of that is all around the Cybertruck. I don't think they would have ever contemplated wrapping 3s and Ys if they didn't get such a huge response to the idea of wrapping the Cybertruck. So I think all this, noise is all part of the fact that we're very, 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 very close.
But how close? So I've been saying since last month that I had believed the launch event would be October 26th. And
you have been. I can confirm that because
you
told me I couldn't tell anyone.
That's right.
And I was a good boy.
And I appreciate that. I did mention it explicitly, but I did so buried inside of 2 and 3 hour live streams so that only the real fans would get the real number. I've not been able to confirm. I've reached out to my contacts in the industry who would know, and they said they still believe that it could be the 26th.
Wow.
But the ones that I have firsthand account with have not been available for comment, so I don't know if that's the case. What we do know is there are some delays. I was on a live stream, watching a live stream with Brad Sloan, the drone pilot, and in the chat he said, by the way, I don't know if you've heard, the drone pilots have been told we're no longer to linger over the crash test zone. Oh. We can fly past it, but if we want to sit there and hover, we're going to have our flight permission revoked.
Oh.
And that is interesting. Is there a problem with the crash testing? Is there? If you look at the castings that we're seeing sitting outside, there is an interesting trend that has emerged where we're seeing some castings and not others. So there could be a shakeup in the casting design. That's not something that's been confirmed. That's not something I've heard from anyone inside. But because I don't actually have any sources inside Texas right now. My sources are all outside the company. So even if I know how many infotainment units have been ordered, I don't know how that translates because the castings are something that's made in-house. So it could be that the front casting has a problem. It could be that the front casting is too rugged and would cause too much damage to others. I don't know. It could even be that the steel panels on the fenders become blades in an accident that shears other vehicles to bits.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. We do not know.
This is October. So are we planning some kind of another movie that we'll be watching on television with Cybertrucks going around and mowing?
Yeah, it's called I Know What You Did in Austin.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're seeing so much road testing means we're close either way. If they had to change out the stainless steel on the fenders is not load bearing. So if they had to change it out with a thinner stainless, it would not be a deal breaker, but it would be a delay. If they had to reconfigure the front casting, that's a delay. They could get that done in a month, absolutely. But it would mean that the launch of it, if they did the launch event on the 26th, like I've been expecting, what it means is that it would be more ceremonial and less of an actual handover event. Because even though you're allowed to self-certify your crash test safety, it still needs to pass. You can't just start cranking out even dozens of unsafe vehicles, let alone thousands or millions, because it would, you got to get the line right before you actually start in earnest. You don't want to make even a few if you have to then go back and make substantial changes.
Now, there was an unusual picture out this morning. And
Okay.
it showed about around a dozen Cybertrucks covered out in the parking lot.
Oh.
And they said that they weren't building Model Ys today for some reason. I forget, there was some speculation that having to do, maybe I think again, there was something about the switchyard not being operational today or something. The new switchyard.
So they are in the process of decommissioning the temporary switchyard
I see.
in favor of the much larger permanent switchyard.
Right.
But you still need power for the building, so I'm not sure if that's necessarily the way
Right.
that would work. I don't know how that switchover would work. I've never worked in large-scale electrical anything before, so that would be interesting to see.
So, and then out of those dozen Cybertrucks, all but one of them was covered. Now, covering a Cybertruck, some people have been saying for a while now, seems almost, I mean, why would, and maybe you just don't want to get dust on them, I don't know, and then one of them was uncovered. But it was interesting, they weren't being put on trucks now and shipped elsewhere, they were being lined up out in the yard, so that was interesting.
I'm very encouraged by the number we've seen shipped all over the country. I know there's one currently traveling through the Northwest. We've had sightings within our Northwest Twitter group, our X group. When I say an X group, it sounds too much like I'm talking about a group of gals that don't care for me very much. But they...
Okay, you caught me. You caught me on that one because I thought you were going to go down some completely different path with your X group.
I'm comfortable not knowing where that joke was going. So but they're being spotted all over the country, and as you know, even into Baja, Mexico, the peninsula there, the Baja California Peninsula, they're getting out there, and they've made enough that I'm hopeful that the design is genuinely locked. I'm hopeful that we are going to see the announcement on the earnings call. If we don't get a delivery event announcement on the earnings call, then we genuinely don't know when it is. Because it's very unusual to hold events, during the holidays. And if you bump it out a month, you're right in the thick of Thanksgiving. And then everyone starts hibernating for the winter until after New Year's. And really, sales are often seasonally low in January.
Yes.
Really. So...
Yeah, well, I don't think that seasonality is going to have anything to do with this launch. I'm telling
No.
you, if they get to number 200,000 or whatever we are, we're still taking our truck. If it's January, if it's, I don't know, Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day, what would you take? What kind of an offer would you accept to turn over your reservation? And I said, well, I know I'm old, but it would have to be the value of my remaining years, the value of my life at this point, because my wife would kill me if I turned over
I
that
love that.
reservation.
That's very funny.
Yeah, thank you.
There are, thank you. There are a lot of buyers who are looking at this saying, well, great. I know I'm far down the list, but I know this guy's got 100 reserved. He's not going to take delivery of 100. He thought it was going to be a robo-taxi. Yeah, he may not take 100, but if he can get even a $500 premium on those reservations, consider if it's over the federal tax credit limit, or if it's a buyer who doesn't qualify for it, or if the value differential between the sale price and the secondary market price is greater than $7,500, then even at $500 a pop, he's going to make 50 grand. So those reservations will convert in very high numbers, at least until we get to 300,000 units.
And by the way, if I was a younger man, I would have multiple reservations in right now, and it wouldn't matter whether there was a robotaxi or not. I have done Turo. Turo is very, very, very. You can make good. I make good money off my Volvo. Okay, you get that Cybertruck and you put that up on Turo, you'll be able to charge almost whatever you want.
Right.
For a
Right.
time. Not 5 years from now, but for the first year, $200 a day, $300 a day, no problem.
No problem. Absolutely agree. And it's going to be exciting, and we're going to see some great efficiency out of it that I think the other guys are going to be jealous of. But boy, we sure have a lot of questions remaining. I'd still like to know what the weight is. I'd still like to know the battery size beyond just speculation. I'd like to know how many motors it's going to have. And I feel like there's one I'm forgetting.
Something about what it's going to cost?
Oh my gosh, the price. We don't know the price, for crying out loud. And the price is not the hugest concern.
No.
Certainly not at launch. They will pay whatever they cost because
Yes,
it's
they will.
so exciting. And to all the people who said, "Oh, they'll never make anything that looks like this," I guess we told you so.
There's two or three other things that I want to know also, because
Let's hear it.
somebody with inside information. Well, they claimed that they drove it.
Uh-huh.
They claimed that they
Right.
got a nice little ride in the side, and they claimed, and this was a big time insider, a big time stockholder, who said that there's two or three additional things that we don't know. That
What are they?
Tesla is going to be able to do or
Oh.
has or whatever. These are
Oh.
surprises.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
Neat. Huh. Well, now I'm very curious. But again, we will know very soon. It will all be known. Oh, man. So, Cybertruck, when are you coming? When are you coming? So, you never call, you never write, Cybertruck. So, it'll be exciting to see. And yeah, I'm just can't wait. I'm getting like physically anxious waiting.
Yeah,
And I still believe that everyone.
I understand, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been-
I still believe that everyone will remember where they were driving, where they were sitting, where they were when they saw the first one on the road in the wild, because it's going to be oh,
Yeah.
and again, no logo on it, because you only have to ask once.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely true.
Oh, so what do we miss? What do we misunderstand? Everybody, go give Randy a little check out there on his channel if you like his participation here, and if you don't, you should go over there and watch my participation on that channel, because he manages to get some good insights out of me. Sometimes before I've had an opportunity to realize that I should have saved it for my own channel. What am I doing, man? Oh, I'm
I'm
losing
trying
the
to drag those
opportunities.
things out of you, Brian.
Drag 'em out.
It's part of my life's goal. And my other life's goal is to make sure that this channel pays for itself, that it's valuable. It's so valuable. And there should be thousands they should be lined up. They should be begging for an opportunity to be on your Patreon, or to be part of your YouTube deal, or to be, they should be begging, Brian.
I agree, Randy, and some are. So it's a lot of fun. We'll see what happens with the earnings call, but I just wanted to thank everybody for being here. Everybody like, subscribe, leave a comment, do the usual things, and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you, clever robots, in the comments.